Well, there's Mercy. There's Mercy. Okay. You can lay down. I'll leave you there. I'll leave you alone. Okay? I know. I know. She just got done playing hard with Gracie. And she snuck up here to lay on my bed. I think Gracie wore her out. Yep. And I tell you, hard to believe it's Sunday. I don't know about anybody else. Oh, excuse me. But I am plumb wore out. Man, it's been a very fast week, surprisingly. Uh, they say the spring is just around the corner. I tell you, I cannot wait for spring. For sure. I think maybe I'm going to have to come up with something better for this because this kills my back. And my back is like a little bit weary today. But we'll make it do. We'll make it do. Yeah. So, who survived the ice storm? The big ice storm. Now, not to make it sound small or anything, because there was a lot of people that were heavily impacted by the winter storm, whether it be with rain, ice, sleet, snow, and any combination of the aforementioned. Man, what a mess that was, wasn't it? Thankfully, it wasn't that bad for us. Um, yes, Mercy, I know. Did I disturb you? I'm sorry. Um, it's like in the hills where we are, it's like it forms almost like a bubble. And it seems like these weather systems, oftentimes, not every time, but oftentimes I see them kind of like go around us. So that's kind of what happened this time. It wasn't everything. We still got some. We got a good amount of rain. My rain gauge is busted, so I don't know exactly how much rain we got. But are you going to leave me? I'm sorry. I guess I disturbed her too much. Anyway, um, yeah. So we did get a good amount of rain, but exactly how much I don't know. Um, and we got some ice. Um, they said we would get a tenth to a quarter of an inch, and I don't even know if we got a tenth of an inch. There was a coating, a very minimal coating of ice when I got up the next morning. So it was not difficult to get around. The latch on my barn door was frozen, but it wasn't difficult to get it to open. So it wasn't really a significant icing. Um, I crunched when I walked on the ground, but it really wasn't that bad. I've seen a lot worse. Um, now, we had taken a walk up to the pond yesterday, and we discovered pine tree branches had broken off. Now I don't know if that was from the ice storm or for how long they had been there, because it seems to me that we had some wind um, since the last time I was up there. So who knows? Could have been the ice, but it might have been the wind. I don't go up there every day. Oh man, I'm so sorry. Uh, I have not been getting a solid night's sleep for a while because I would have to Gracie about middle of the night. Most nights she barks because she's cold, because the fire's died down and it's starting to get cold, and so I have to stoke the fire again. Um, and I'll let her out. She does her business. And then when she comes back in, she goes, climbs in bed with my son because she's so cold. She's got like nothing to her, the poor little thing. So, yeah, hopefully, um, next year things will be a little bit better. I'm hoping I can get the insulation finished, and get the walls finished. It's an ongoing battle. Um, yeah, so our storm was not that bad. We survived. We never lost power. It didn't even blink. We were ready. We had plenty of wood stashed, up on the porch, and in the house we had plenty of wood. Um, and I had made sure that the animals were good. I had built a new hay feeder for the goats, which is working out very well, by the way. Um, I did do recording. I'm hoping. I still haven't got the technical issues situated yet. I'm still in between trying to get things done around here. I am also, trying to fit in time to deal with that. So unfortunately, I keep recording these things, but I haven't gotten to where I've put a video together yet. I may have to just say phooey on it and just go back to the old way of doing things. Things have changed a little bit. Oh, you decided to come back, huh, Mercy? Okay, I guess she just needed a snack. Yeah. Anyway, so now things were getting a little bit dicey. I was getting very low on hay. I had cleaned out the loft. I have no hay left in the loft. And I had floor space in the back of the barn, and I was starting to get into the last stack of hay. And it's like, okay, looking at what I'm going through with hay, I wasn't going to make it through the end of the month, let alone March. I have to be able to get through March. And by then, we should be starting to see some browse coming up, and the goats will be going after that. So I may still use some hay beyond March, but I'll be able to slack off some. I do have to get out and spread some seed. Probably do that tomorrow. Pasture seed. I need to spread some lime too, but I need to get some. I don't have any lime left. The kind that you spread in the pastures, and I know I need to spread lime. I should look into getting one of those spreaders, because I've got the handheld one. It's got the bag, and you crank it, and I can do that. It's better than nothing. It's better than what I used my first year, which was a coffee can with holes poked in it. And I was sprinkling lime, and I was sprinkling seed with that. That was a lot of work. Well, you know what? The walking one, where you hold the strap over your shoulder, and you get this big bag in front of you, and you turn the crank. That gets to you too. It's, it gets to your back and whatnot. So it'd be nice if I could get one of the ones that you push. It's not real heavy, because I've got hills. So, so we'll see. If I see one at a good price, maybe I can get that. It's just, when you're trying to decide where's the best place to put your money, and that's where I'm at right now. And what I had to do is I had to buy hay. I had checked with my my supplier, and he was sold out. My neighbor, he's not sure if he's going to be able to continue to do hay anymore, because he's having issues with his lungs. He has black lung disease. Okay, so yeah. And the last couple bales, the last 3 bales I got from him really weren't that good. Not like I've gotten from him in the past. I've gotten some really good hay from him in the past. So I don't know if I'm getting what he had left or what, but So I haven't bothered him for hay for about a month. I need to go down and talk to him. But so I went on Craigslist and was looking for someone with hay that was willing to deliver and did not have a minimum. See, I saw a couple that would deliver, but you had to buy a minimum of 100 bales, and they were asking $7 a bale. So that's $700, and I really don't have that right now. And I didn't want 100 bales because I've got to have that barn cleared out because I'm hoping I can get my cement floor poured this year. I'm hoping. So I've got to be able to get that barn cleaned out. The floor's got to be able to be completely cleaned out and made ready. Yeah, I said this last year too, didn't I? That I was hoping to have the cement poured, and that didn't happen. I need to get an estimate on doing it. So I know how much money to put away. Um, I've heard that the cement may have gone up a little bit, not as bad as lumber. I mean, lumber's been bad, but and I'm expecting cement to have gone up some. So I know a young man that does cement work, and so I'll talk to him and see what he wants to do. I was thinking I'd get a pad poured for a workshop as well, but upon thinking further between cost of building materials and stuff like that, I'm like, and plus my time, I am like, maybe I should see about getting a hay barn built, which is basically a pole barn, okay, which may or may not have walls on it, but just have a hay barn built and store my hay in that and use the back of my main barn for my workshop. I can still store feed in there, and I'll just have a section that I use for my workshop, and plus I'd have the loft for storage. So I'm debating on that. The only problem I have is that I'm not sure where would be the best place to put it. Because you've got to have access to it with hay wagons and stuff. You got to be able to get to it. Not only to put the hay in, but also to be able to get the hay out. And we have, it's very wet in the lower pasture, and I don't know if I should try and get a section of that built up. I don't know how much that would cost to have that built up. To put it where I was originally going to put my workshop, which would be up off the driveway, I'm not sure that would be easily accessible for someone delivering hay, because at this point in the game, I still have to have hay delivered. So I'm not sure that would be like above my well. It's a little further from the animals than I would like, but at least it would be mostly dry. It would be a drier area. So I'm thinking it's a tough decision, because basically what I would need is, it would be your posts going into the ground, the rafters, and the metal for the roof. Everything else I can do as I can afford it, if I want to put walls up or not. It does not have to have a cement floor, because you just put pallets down, and that would be your floor. It would be up off the ground. So I don't know, or I could just put an actual floor in. Um, and I'm just not sure. I have to talk to some people about it, see what they say. But it's a possibility. I think putting in a hay shelter, a hay barn, might be cheaper um, than putting in a workshop, um, because I wouldn't need to run electricity to a hay barn. Okay, and I need electricity in the barn, and I need electricity in um, in a workshop. So in order to not have to do that, have run electricity to different places, just have the I don't know where these flies are coming from. Uh, yeah, just have the electricity run to the barn, and um, and just have a shelter built for hay. It'd be nice if I could have a hay shelter on the other side of the barn, but there's accessibility to be able to put the hay there. So right now, no, I can't do that. It pretty much has to be somewheres around the driveway area. Um, I really don't want to block too much of my view. I don't know. I don't know. I'm still thinking. I'll talk to a couple of people, get a few ideas. Um, miss my Amish friends, you know, because I know they'd probably have a few words for me, but, some advice about where to put it. I mean, you're dealing with hills, you're dealing with water. Um, I don't have access everywheres for hay. Um, I don't know. It's just something I got to think about. So, anyway, yeah. So, I did find somebody that would deliver hay for me. The price was not bad for the bales, but it was a little bit different because it was um, mini round bales. And I have seen the mini round balers, and they're really cute. Um, they said that the mini round bale is equivalent to 2 square bales. Well, I don't think really. They may be a little bit bigger than a typical square bale, but I don't think they're weight wise anyway. They did not seem to me to be um, all that heavy. I'm sure they thought so, but it was an older couple, about my age, I guess. Um, and they had hay, and they were willing to bring me some. Um, so and they were a good hour away. So I was ever so grateful. We had a really nice visit when they brought the hay yesterday. They loaded up and brought the hay yesterday. They I think they finally got out of here by 6 o'clock, because the vehicle that they didn't have a regular 4-wheel drive pickup truck. They had some other kind of smaller SUV 4-wheel drive, but it was like really wasn't that powerful. I think my Tahoe's got more power to it. So I hope they didn't damage the transmission coming over here. But they just had a small trailer. But they managed to get, what was it, 11 round bales, mini round bales, and 6 square bales. With the 6 square bales, they put inside their vehicle. I said, that's about like what I would do. Um, and I was ever so grateful that they made the trip, that they were willing to make the trip so I could have hay to get through the rest of the winter. Um, it's like, the goats had wasted a lot of hay from the old feeder that I had in there. Um, so they had wasted a lot. This new feeder that I built seems to be doing well. Um, and also having to put out extra hay because I had the 3 does that kidded early in the winter. So I was going through the hay, not to mention throwing the extra hay to Chucky and Honey. Um, I probably will not have a steer to feed next winter. Um, now how many goats I'll have, I'm not sure. Um, we'll see. I'm keeping Nilly. But anything that if Ruthie, Sugar, and Joy are pregnant, if they kid in the spring, everything they have will be sold. Everything, regardless of whether it's a doe or a buck, everything will be sold. Because they would have been bred by their father. So that's not really a way of building your herd. So they'll be gone. Now I do have to find a buyer for Billy. I'm just kind of holding off a little bit because I want to make sure that his foot's good. He's been having issues with hoof rot. Which, the stuff I got seemed to really help him a lot. He's starting to be a little bit limpy, so I got to get in there. I got to treat him again. But the thing is, I have to tie him up if I do that, because I tried picking his foot up earlier today and he was having no part of it. I put my hand down to pick it up and he's, swiping me with a horn. It's like, no, we're not going to do this. No. So he definitely has to be tied or secured in some shape, way, or form. And that's fine. It's not like it's the first time I've ever done that. And he's getting better at it. So I'll do that so I can treat his foot. I'm hoping I can get the what do you call it? The head chute set up. I got it. I know where I want to put that. The head chute. I'm going to have a scale behind that. And that's over on the back side of the barn. I know exactly where I want to put it. I know exactly how I'm going to have it. And I'm going to have a chute area so I can get the goats in there one at a time and weigh them and check them over and just work them better than what I've been able to do. It's a bit of an effort when you don't have a real a chute set up where you can separate them easily one at a time, so you can examine them and check their feed and check for worms and do whatever you need to do. So hopefully this year I can get that done. I think I've got all the posts that I need to do that. And I got to double check to make sure the lumber survived the winter, but I got the lumber for it and I got the roof. It's just a matter of getting it up, so hopefully I can get that done. But the hay, the barn is now, it's not full. I mean, I still have room, but the round bales I was able to fit in on end. Okay, there was 3 I had to put on top, but most of the others I got in just by tipping them up. We had to, I started to tell you this and I forgot. Yeah, because she didn't have a very strong vehicle. I mean, she pulled up my drive and was going to try and back it up. Well, she wasn't really that good at backing it up. And that kind of trailer is difficult too, and she kept spinning her tires, which is, she was giving it too much gas. Okay. So it's like, you know what? How about we get the weight off the trailer? I've got a wagon. We can just, take it one bale at a time, So each round bale, I took one at a time up. And then the square bales, I could take 2 at a time up. And I took it up the hill into the barn, and it was much easier. And then they unhooked the trailer and got things turned around facing the right way. And, everything was good. But we had a nice visit. I mean, I let the 2 of them go down and see my goats and also took them back to see the pond. And, they're originally from Pennsylvania. So that was something. And they moved away from Pennsylvania for the same reason we moved away from New Jersey, because you couldn't afford to retire there. The taxes were killing us, So it's like, I told them, about the taxes here, and it's like, and yeah, they were in the same boat. They're doing much better down here in Kentucky than they were up in Pennsylvania. So, but it was awesome. We had a really lovely visit, lovely people, really enjoyed having the company. I wish they could have, it's a shame they're not neighbors. But speaking of neighbors, we were driving to church this morning, and I noticed for sale signs out for 90 acres in my neighborhood. So if anybody thinks I don't know how much they're asking for it. And I was looking. Hills not that bad. The hills are not that bad. I mean, you're going to get hills around here. There's no way around it. You're going to get hills. But now there is one detriment that I'm not going to talk about here. But if anybody thinks that they're interested in 90 acres in my county, you know, I'm going to see if I can't get more information on it. But if I had the money, I'd be tempted, because, you know, it would not be that far from my property. I don't think that it butts up against my property, though. I mean, 90 acres is more than what I have, but still, like I said, there is one drawback to the land, but it may not be an issue for everybody. Some people, no way, I don't want any part of it. Other people, oh, that's no big deal. It wouldn't affect me anyway. So, you know, but you come across these things every now and then. So, but anyway, I hear Sheba out there barking, and I really do have to let the goats out. They had all gone back in the pen, and they were laying there in the sun chewing their cud, and Chucky was laying outside chewing his cud. So they were all relaxing, but I think they're probably ready to get moving again. So I should probably let them out. I mean, the sun's out. The sun is nice and warm and beautiful, and I'm sure that they want out. You know, they were out this morning when it was cold, and they weren't too happy about it being cold, but it's gorgeous now. So I think since I don't see anybody coming on to talk to me, I keep seeing one person coming in and out. I don't know, they must be having internet issues, or maybe I'm having internet issues. I don't know. But anyway, I'm probably going to just cut this short so I can go let the goats out and let them enjoy the sunny weather. So hopefully it won't be too much longer, and we'll be able to have this live stream in the barn, or, you know, out about on the property. So hopefully before too long. And hey, how about those Canadian truckers? I tell you, makes me feel a whole lot better that someone's finally starting to stand up against, you know, some of the shenanigans that our governments have been putting us through. So that's what we need, people to stand up against tyrants. So anyways, I will talk to you all later. I hope you all are enjoying this glimmer of nice weather with the sunshine and slightly warmer temperatures. It was cold this morning, but it's not so bad out there now. So I'll talk to you all later. Have a good one.